guess it's exciting, but probably mixed emotions as well with the last game of the SCG this weekend.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. 4 years. It's been interrupted a little bit at different times there, but it's we've been privileged to play there, and it's nice. We just talked about our last time on the ground before we moved to our new home, 100 metres away. So it's we're looking forward to playing on the SCG one last time.
What is that ground? A ground that has such a rich history. What has that meant to the club and being able to spend a chunk of time there over the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, this has been our area since 1908. We've been playing in the different grounds in this area, and SCG's been a big part of it. We've played around about 320 odd games on the SCG over that period of time, and we've played on the sports ground many times, Allianz, hundreds and hundreds of times. So it's sort of, but that's a beautiful ground. The tradition, if the walls could talk in those dressing rooms. Through the different sports, so it's wonderful. So it's just it's a real honour for us to play. I mean, this is our area, this is our home, this is our land. So to play on it one last time before we move to the new Allianz Stadium will be great.
I know you haven't even moved into Allianz yet, but would there be any plans to perhaps play a game at the SCG in years to come?
Look, I think that's happened over the history. It is our when we're at Allianz, it is our second home. We've always gone there for either Anzac Day games or there's obviously a Women's World Cup soccer next year. There's always opportunities for us to go and play there. It won't be our last time forever on that ground, but it'll only be for special occasions.
It's starting to feel real. I think the walls came down today. You can see the stadium properly now, emblazoned there, home with the Sydney Roosters.
Yep.
There's talk about South perhaps wanting to move in there as well next year. Have you got any thoughts of them sharing the ground with you guys?
No thoughts on that. I just know it's our home, and it has been forever. And that's a different discussion point. We've been on this journey for a long time, and we've stayed loyal to the area.
So if they moved in, it'd still be the Roosters' home ground, and they just be tenants?
Oh no, look, I don't have an opinion on that. I'm talking about our commitment to the area and what it's been for a long period of time.
No, last week you didn't want to talk about the ladder and positions and everything, but...
The same as this week.
I was going to say, there is a world where the Roosters can move up to 5th though by the end of the week if results do go your way. Are you paying any attention to that yet, or is it still just all about the process?
No, it's about the way that you play. People, where you finish, that's really heartwarming for a week, but you've got to have a style of play that's going to do something, and that's still our focus.
Trent, Lindsay and CO still not named this week. How far away are they?
They should be right next week. Yep, they've been training well, on track, but they should be right to go next week.
Has Lindsay been specifically? Obviously, two head knocks pretty close together. Has he been all right last week?
He's been great, actually. So I would say a few years ago he would have played the following week. Based on how he felt after the last concussion. He was no headaches, no symptoms, and felt fine. He was in the next day, and he was really good. But we're better at dealing with him and understand the need for some rest after back-to-back concussions, and so therefore that's why we've taken the month off. But he's been great ever since. He came back after that concussion, and he's been training really well.
Very close to putting pen to paper. Is there any update on where that's at?
No, not from my end. I'm not sure. I know we've sort of been looking at that, but I don't know where we're at.
What is it about Angus that, as not just a player, but as a person, that is so important to the Roosters?
Yeah, he was in our junior system, went away for a couple of years, and then came back, and then his commitment to the place has been really clear. Both him and his family, and their love for coming in here and committing to the footy and playing the footy. And he's obviously played State of Origin and played some big games for us here, but also his week in, week out commitment on and off the field's been, I've loved his progression footy-wise, but then also, just you want guys that love walking in the doors, not just for the 80 minutes, but for the colours, and not for coaches or players, but because of the staff or the way that that makes him feel at home, and he wants to deliver more for on and off the field. And Angus is that's been him. And I've felt that more and more each year that's gone by, and it's really deep for him now.
Just on tomorrow's game, obviously you're expected to win this one, but the Tigers, the shackles are free, playing a bit more freely now. What do you make of them?
Yeah, I've watched a lot, especially over the last month with the changes and the way that they've been playing and the way that certain players have been playing, and we've been pretty clear on those guys this week, and then we've looked for opportunities for us to nullify a bit of the different types of play that they've been playing, but then also pressure them into playing our style of footy as well. So I'm really looking forward to the way that the guys attack the game tomorrow night and really take it to them.
With the NRL announcing that the grand finals just locked in for this year and possibly go on the road, do you like that idea that we could have in the future a Super Bowl style with the grand final in different states?
I always like the Super Bowl style. I think the interest in there. I do love the fact that supporters turn up and love. I like seeing the colours at the ground. You know, that's been a big part of our grand finals is that the two teams are well represented. So we're in entertainment. It has to be an event. It has to be well respected financially because of the number of viewers and the type of game it is. And we do want our supporters to turn up. So if we can tick those three boxes, then we've got a better product. I like the way that they're thinking about. I like the way that they're continually wanting to make it bigger and bigger. I feel like the respect there for our game and the interest that it does have has always been there.
This week's lots of Stewart's charity nest really.
Yep.
Over the last decade, we've raised something like $4 million. How important are those contributions been to the club since your time here?
Yeah, so ever since Steggles have been on our jersey, that charity side's been really important. So $4.8 million raised through us scoring points and Steggles putting the money forward to go to children's charities have been really important. And that's been a long commitment in sport. So it's really nice to have the charity nest weekend along with the old boys reunion for the Roosters this weekend. It seems fitting that the history of our game turns up, and the longest serving sort of sponsor there in Steggles and the charity nest gets represented. So looking forward to that this weekend.
And the Roosters NRLW side, so
yeah, Saturday.
to go back to back, what's impressed you about the way that they've gone about things on and off the field at this point?
Yeah, I've really liked Saturday at 1 o'clock. We're obviously out at Parramatta there in the first round. They've come in, I've liked Izzy coming in, obviously taking over from Corbs as captain. And Izzy's been here, she's grown up in this jersey as well. And then she's taken over and she's going to do it in her style, which is really good. And I've really liked the belief that they've had in their style of play. I feel like they're ahead of where they were at the beginning of this year on getting going. And then they've gelled really well. I can see that the tightness that's carried over from the premiership. They know they've got to start again, but yeah, they're ahead of round one at the beginning of this year.